Thanks, Pete. Well, 2 years ago, a 64-year-old visitor from Michigan died from drowning after snorkeling. Now, he had been here only a few days in the islands.
Now, his family has filed a lawsuit claiming Hawaii's tourism authority is partly to blame because it doesn't warn visitors about the potential dangers of snorkeling soon after flying. Our Paul Drews reports on Ray Johnson's death and his family's action to raise awareness.
Every year, thousands come to Hawaii, and many take time to snorkel while they're here.
The waters are just so clear here, and I thought it'd be cool to just kind of see what's underneath it over here in this little area. It was really cool. Got to see like little baby fishes and whatnot.
Because of Hawaii's relatively calm, protected waters at popular snorkeling sites, some visitors view it as very safe.
It depends on your equipment. If you have decent equipment, then it's relatively safe.
Equipment can play an important part in that safety.
According to the Hawaii Snorkel Safety Study, depending on the shape and design of these, they can have varying degrees of resistance to inhalation from low to high. And the higher the resistance, the higher the risk for rapid onset pulmonary edema.
That is called rope. When because of negative pressure in the lungs, they fill up with fluid and don't allow people to take in oxygen. It's believed to be one of the reasons why drowning by snorkeling is the #1 cause of death for visitors to the islands, more than almost all other activities combined. But unlike drownings, where people swallow water and may be in active distress, those suffering from rope get short of breath, become confused, lose strength, and then lose consciousness.
It didn't make sense when I received the autopsy report that just said it drowning. And I was watching him come in. When you're drowning, I don't think you're making your way in. I don't think you're talking to the people you're with.
Patricia and Ray Johnson had been to Hawaii a half-dozen times and snorkeled in the islands numerous times.
He was a very experienced snorkeler. He was a very good swimmer, but he ran into trouble. He didn't breathe in water, but he was having trouble breathing, and his friend helped him to shore. He was snorkeling with a buddy. Friend helped him to shore, but he died there on the beach.
Those are symptoms of a rope drowning. The Hawaii study found that along with health conditions increasing the risk for rope, there is the possibility long flights can too, something the Johnson's attorney says contributed to Ray's death.
What long-haul flights do when you're at the pressurization of a much higher altitude for a long period of time, it has an effect on your lungs. And physiologically, after a couple, 3 days, you're fine and you're back to normal. But if you snorkel within that 2 or 3 day window after you've had that long-haul flight, there's a substantially elevated risk of death.
Now the Johnsons are suing not only the hotel where Ray rented the snorkel gear, but also the Hawaii Tourism Authority and Visitor Convention Bureau, because they feel all of those groups knew about the dangers of snorkeling after long flights, but did not warn visitors.
If warnings are effectively communicated, then snorkelers can make an informed decision about what risks they're taking on.
The snorkel study did not conclude snorkeling after air travel raised rope risks, and even local snorkelers suffer from rope. The study did suggest, though, the issue should be looked into further, while the Johnsons want every visitor to know about any and all potential risks.
After flying 10 hours, if we had waited maybe at least 72 hours, wait till like the 4th day or something, his lungs probably would have recovered from whatever being in a pressurized cabin does to your lungs.
And that was our Paul Drews reporting. Well, coming up